Hello, hello. Happy Saturday. Happy weekend. Um, so let me see. Where is it? I hope I'm muted. Oh no. Okay, I'm fine. Okay. All right. Happy Saturday. How are you all doing? How is the weather on your side? Where are you watching me from? Right. I am in Georgia, USA, and it's snowing. Right. I'm in Georgia, so my kids are outside playing in the snow. I went outside for like 5 minutes. I gave it 5 minutes. I cool. This is not for me. I'm Caribbean blooded. I'm Caribbean blooded. I'm warm blooded. So I coolness is not for me. So I gave it like 5 minutes. Played outside a little bit with my kids, and I came back inside and I said let me do a live one time for the day. All right. So I hope you are warm wherever you are, right, and you are safe. Um, so let me um, get into my topic today. Hi, thank you for watching. As you come in, let me know where you're watching me from. I'm in Georgia, USA. All right. So first of all, to introduce myself, if you haven't seen me before, this is the first time you're seeing me. This is my page. My name is JL. I'm a registered nurse. I'm an online business mentor helping you because you may have seen my ad or you may have seen my post on my page. I help people who are interested in starting their own online side hustle or online business from anywhere in the world, and it's accessible with you anywhere you go as long as you have internet connection, right? And I'm coming live for a few days. I supposed to be 30 days every day. I'm trying. I'm trying. It's a struggle. For 30 days. And speaking about different topics, business related, nursing related, so today I'm going to talk about a topic: how did I start even when I was scared? How did I start my online business even when I was so scared? And people watching me right now, they wouldn't think that I was ever scared to start this business. Um, but I want you to look at the journey of other online business owners. We all started scared. We all started so afraid of, the unknown, like what is going to happen. Like, am I going to succeed at this? Am I going to fail at this? Am I, would I like it? It would be something I enjoy, right? So I always go back to nursing because me as a registered nurse, that's all I know. That's all I knew, right? That's all I knew. So I always go back to nursing, and I always say I went through 4 years of nursing school, right, to become a registered nurse, and that was a risk, right? That was a risk because I didn't know if I would like nursing when I started working. Because being a student nurse and being a registered nurse, where you are in control, you are responsible. It's totally different. It's a different ballgame, right? So if I could have gone through that nursing school, because nursing school is already in its own box. Nursing school was already difficult. If I could have gone through nursing school, and I also could have worked as a nurse where I have to deal with critical patients every day, right? Um, I have to think critically, right? I have to make some huge decisions, right? And if I can do that as a registered nurse, why can't I do something else? Why can't I succeed at something else, right? As long as it's legitimate, it's honest. I always say that. As long as it's legitimate, it's honest, right? It's sustainable and it can do something for me. Why can't I succeed at something else? So I always look at that, nursing school is way harder than this online business. If you can survive nursing school, this online business would be a breeze, right? Because it's all about mindset. In that business in a whole, right? It's all about mindset. In that, you have to decide if what is your mindset like. Are you a positive person or are you a negative person? Do you think you will succeed? Do you think you won't succeed? And if you think you won't succeed, you probably won't. You probably won't, because it's all about mindset, right? And my mindset as a nurse was to just work harder, pick up multiple shifts, just go through. You're burnt out, but you're just pushing through. Just push through no matter what. Pick up all these shifts you gotta pick up just to push through, right? Um, that's when I decide, this is not the life. It's not the life for me. And I don't know if other nurses is the life for other nurses, because in my ad someone said, I'm a nurse for 40 years and I'm so happy. Kudos to you. Kudos to you. If you are so happy for 40 years working full time, kudos to you. That's all I would say, right? Because nursing is not easy. It's not easy. It's not for the faint-hearted. And just like that, business is not for the faint-hearted. It might not be for everyone. This business is for everyone, but it might not be for everyone because everybody is different, right? But doing nursing was a risk. Being a nurse is a risk in itself. So why can't you, start an online business that is going to be a risk? Yes, because it's something that you never did before. No business experience. A lot of people come into this business with no business experience, and that's fine because I didn't have any, right? And we're still learning, right? It's a learning process. We're still learning, right? And you fear of being seen like this, fear of what other people are going to say, like, what would my family say, or what would my friends say about me showing up online like this. I know that fear. I know that fear because I had that fear. And that fear kind of stopped me a little bit at the beginning. At the beginning, that was very hard to push through, that fear of being seen by people and like, what's she doing? Like what going on with she? And so I pushed through that fear because I realized that who's gonna pay my bills? Those friends that talking or those family that talking, they're not gonna pay my bills. So, I have to push through in something that I see that could benefit me and my family. Right? And then you have to think about who's in your back, meaning that your support, because a lot of people um will say that they started because they had the support of people around them. My first support is prayer, God, right? Jehovah is my first support, right? I pray before I make certain decisions or make decisions. I try to pray before I make all decisions, but sometimes it doesn't happen. But I pray like really strong decisions. Prayer is important, right? And then, I had the support of my husband who was like, go for it. Go for it, go do it, And then I had the support of my mother because I always ask for her opinion, right? I had the support of my mother. So, and I had that support coming in, and that I think it made the fear diminish more, knowing that I had that support and that backing to start my online business, right? And then that made me think, who cares what other people think, right? Once I have that support, I'm good. I'm all in. I'm gonna do it, right? So people can be scared for a lot of reasons, whether it's support, whether it's legitimacy, right? And that's the first thing I tell people in this online business: how legitimate is it? Because that's the first thing I wanted to know, right? Is this legitimate? I have a nursing license to keep. I'm not gonna do anything that is not legitimate. I'm not going to do something that is not legitimate. So, that's the first thing I tell people. This is legitimate. You sign a tax form when you start this business. I have to do my taxes. I already got my tax slip to do my taxes from this business. So, so that you can pay your taxes legitimately, right? Because we don't need no issues with that 3 letter, with that government. We don't need no issues, right? Especially for those in the US and that. We don't need no issues. So, it's all about pushing through that fear. It's not easy at first because you start scared. Before any challenge, you start really scared, right? You're excited, yes. You yes, that's my toddler. You're excited and everything, but I know you start scared, but you have to push through that fear. You have to push through that fear, right? So that's how I started. I looked for my support. I looked at my nursing, me being a registered nurse. I've done harder things. I've done harder things, right? Just going to nursing school, still being a registered nurse is much harder than an online business, right? So that is how I push through that fear, right? So if you're looking at me thinking about starting this online business, I just saw somebody registered Sonia, welcome. I just saw Sonia, welcome. Um, Sonia registered this morning. Is it the morning still? I don't know if it's this morning or this afternoon, but I just saw it, right? So welcome. And if you are looking for something to do online, you're looking for an online side hustle, you're looking for an online business, definitely check it out. Um, you can send me a message or you can go on my website www.jlhdigital.com, watch the free information session. After you watch the free information session, there is a 149 fee. I tell you upfront because I don't want you to look at you say, no, she said it's a free information session and this 149 fee just pop out of nowhere. It's a business, right? It's not a job. It is a business. So business, with the word business, requires investment. It requires investment. So that 149 fee, the good thing about it, it's refundable before 30 days as long um, if you decide this business is not for you, right? So it's refundable before 30 days. So it's definitely a win-win situation. And with that 149, you're gonna get the full scopes about the business. You're gonna see more, right? You're gonna pay for that access because at the end of the day, you have to be serious about starting. And if you're not serious about, starting this online side hustle or this online business, we kind of weed out who's serious and who's not serious. So if you're not serious, you won't take that next step, and that's understandable. That's okay, right? But if you're serious about starting an online business, you're serious about starting this particular online business, you will just watch that information session, and after watching that information session, you might not even message me, right? You might just go ahead and take the next step. So that's okay, right? And yes, so I look forward to mentoring you. I will be your mentor, when you pay that 149, and I will send you a message or I will call you right after you pay that 149, so we can get started with your online business. All right. Okay, so have a good weekend, have a good Saturday. Have fun with your family today. I think they just came inside from the snow. They might go back outside. They love snow, even though they are Caribbean blooded just like me. They love snow. Yes. So have fun, be safe, and I will see you tomorrow on our next live. Okay. All right. Bye.